Umar went and he got his Ghanaian citizenship. So if several people are going getting citizenship.
It's 2025, and a lot of African countries are looking for African Americans to come in to invest. And one of those countries is Ghana. And they started something around 2018, 2019, if I'm not mistaken. It was called the Year of Return. And the Year of Return was to invite the African diaspora to come back to the motherland. And this was a great marketing strategy. A lot of African Americans, or what you would now consider hashtag FBA, felt that this was a call for them to actually be free in their land of where maybe some of their ancestors came from. But unfortunately, it was a disaster for many who went. A lot of African Americans found life in Ghana to be very difficult. A lot of people got scammed, lost their money, and there was not a lot of assistance from the Ghanaian government, who was asking them to come out and resettle. And that's interesting.
And today we're talking about the Back to Africa Movement 2.0. Ghana is now revitalizing its Back to Africa dual citizenship movement for Black Americans. We definitely want to credit O'Shea Duke Jackson. He's actually living on the continent, and his experience is greatly valued. Let's talk about it. An angle that I want to get into is I want to dive a little deeper. When it comes to Ghana and Black Americans repatriating or going back home and building something that's going to be long lasting for them, for their families and the community, it's almost appearing to be some type of romance or some type of fairy tale. Okay, it's like the hopeless romantic longing for this relationship in the motherland where they are supported, where, you know, people are feeding them grapes, and it's just a beautiful thing. But what you find is it's another version of supremacy. It's another version of corruption. So in this video, I want to just highlight what happened to those brothers that was building that sustainable community in Ghana, and it was burnt down. People were looting. What happened? What is the update?
We were driving past this place, so this is Cape Coast. Not quite sure what's happened. They've just come and knocked somebody's building down, just like that. It's crazy. So apparently, the people who sold the land to him are saying his lease is up, but we all know he hasn't been here for as long as they're saying. They're saying 50 years is up, but we know he hasn't been here for 50 years. And people are here looting it, like looting what they can out of the building. This is so sad and so tragic. And you know, if this person who owns this place has been treated unfairly, then there really is no justice in this country. And that is tragic, and that is really sad, and it just breaks my heart. This guy whose face I'm not going to show, he's saying that the guy who owns it had a 50-year lease. And then the MCE, who is a government official in this place, has sold the land and has just turned up and is knocking the building down. There he is, the guy in the checkered blue and red. That's the MCE. Absolute disregard for justice. If this is how authorities act in this country, then we're really in trouble. This is so bad. So bad. Oh my.
And look, they're trying to steal our roofs and the sidings and stuff.
So what, they just turned up, no notice?
This morning they turned up. I wasn't here early when they turned up.
Right.
Our people were cooking in the kitchen. They turned the electric off, and then they started dismantling the building.
Wow.
They took the grates. That building right there.
Yeah. That one, yeah.
The building right here that's destroyed right here.
Yeah.
I just heard when I was in Cape that somebody put it on our site that that building was still, I have pictures of that building. It was still up. But they'd taken all the windows out, all the doors off, and the grates, the security grates. That was the only building we had that was secure. That building back there behind the water tanks is the kitchen. So they were preparing food there this morning for the lunch that we do every day. And there's a vegan restaurant that people order food from and come and pick it up here. And that's how I found out what was going on. I called to order some food. Yeah. And that's when they told me they had shut down everything.
Oh my gosh.
And that
how are you still standing? You're impressive.
How
are you still standing?
Oh, well, you know, we have to be strong in situations
yeah, oh
like
my
this.
gosh.
That's a brand new light pole they turned down right there. That light pole just got put in.
They're going to pay for all that, bro.
All that new wood, they got that shit we just got to put in this spot.
Yeah.
Now you got the scavenge, all these that feed the sharks over there. That's what they rubble, man.
Yeah, they're going to pay for all of that.
On these stories that really become landmark stories. Did the government compensate and did they get it all corrected, or was it just brushed over? And if you don't know what I mean, a year ago, there was a compound of brothers who were African Americans, and they set up shop in a part of Ghana. They had sustainable housing. They were doing vegan food. They were employing the people from the community. And due to some, we're going to say, discrepancy, the state came in and just bulldozed everything over, burnt it all down. So
I just want to highlight, I'm all in support of having outreach in different countries, but you have to first have a stronghold in your city, in your country, and you also have to be clear on the terms. And
it can't be sensationalism, just taking a picture saying I got my citizenship in Ghana and I'm now immersed in the Ghanan society, but truly what are you there to do, and what are they going to be reciprocating it with? Or is it going to be pushback, corruption, scams? Is it going to be an illusion of inclusion? So we ask, is Ghana offering the illusion of inclusion? Okay. We often hear about the doors of no return, the dungeons, the slave dungeons that they say you can still smell the stench, and you can still smell the spirits of all the slaves that were brought through there and carried through the doors of no return, the gates of no return. And they say when you go to Ghana, you go to the ports, you go to the castles, and you go to the dungeons, and you walk through the gates of no return. It's your symbol of you're returning home. You're returning home, but ultimately when you do return home, you are treated in the most disrespectful manner. One must question, like, is this home? What's going on with Shark Island? That's the brother from the Bronx. He bought him a strip. He created his own South Beach. He created his own resort on the beach.
Are you eventually going to pack your bags and leave all this thing? I don't know. Every day it changes. Like, some days I want to stay and some days I want to give up. So right now, I don't know. Last week, I was out of here, right? I need to go. I need to take a break. I've been here 5 years straight consecutive, boots on the ground, not leaving. And, high blood pressure, stress, you can accomplish things, but you can't let it kill you either. Then what have I really accomplished? So I'm in an indecisive place right now because there's some things that, have been happening that, I don't feel like I've been getting support from the people I needed support. I mean, I've written to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I've written to the Office of the President of Diaspora Affairs, and I went to the police. Like, you're giving this thing, and it's like nothing happens. And it's like, yo, is it worth your life? People in the comments of my videos like, look, they're going to poison you. They're going to kill you. You got to leave. And, of course, I'm thinking about my life and my health first, right? So those are the challenges. Those are the challenges. Because I recall a conversation where you mentioned that, you got arrested. Yeah. Wrongfully arrested. The second time. The first time, it was right. What did you do? Or what did you not do? I physically assaulted somebody, a contractor that came and took money from me 6 months ago. I pleaded with him, called him, went to the police, filed a police report. Like, look, this person came, took money. They're not completing the job. I don't feel like the police was doing what they were supposed to do and identifying and capturing this person. And then I saw him and I put hands on him, which I shouldn't have. But I was so frustrated. Like, you hear and you go through all of these things. And one of the books I read, what I'm saying, on how to manage your emotions, emotional intelligence. And I wasn't too intelligent in that moment. So they arrested me and I expected to be arrested. But after that, I had to go. My life had been threatened many times. I went and bought a firearm, a shotgun, because you can have it on your property. And, then contractors would come and take money, and then they go and they tell the police that you threaten them, and they have relationships with the police. So now they're using their relationships to push their friends that are law enforcement on you. And I'm not saying that all law enforcement is bad. I respect that. A lot of the police officers I've ran into Ghana, they're doing a great job. They're out there putting up these roadblocks. These are the things that make Ghana safe. But there's some bad apples there, right? That they see these opportunities, and because you're a foreigner, they think that, they could get some money from you. And they do it to locals too. But I keep telling people, when they tell me that, but Marvin, they do it to locals too. I say, yeah, but just because he slapped him, don't mean I'm going to let him slap me. So the second time I was lied on, a lot of false information was given to the judge, and she put me in jail for a couple of days based on, what this police chief said, that I was a flight risk. So because I paid a contractor and my company deducted the withholding tax for contractors, 7.5%. I guess the contractor promised him some money, and when the withholding tax came out, he couldn't give it to him. So then that dude kept calling me and harassing me. I'm like, bro, like, stop calling me. Like, this is not a criminal matter. said, don't call me unless you have a criminal matter. He's like, I can get some criminal matters for you. But, you know.
I kind of feel like, you probably, for the past 5 years, you've probably figured out Ghana a lot better than I have.
Yeah.
Because, you've lived in the
Well, I don't know if
Great
it's better than you, but I'm learning. And Ghana's taught me a lot of things, like teaches you patience. Nothing happens on time. And then
what's going on with Shark Island? That's the brother from the Bronx. He bought him a strip. He created his own South Beach. He created his own resort on the beach. He has the exotic floatable cars that you can take out and have all type of ocean experiences. Of course, he has the jet skis. Of course, he's selling $250,000 mansions so you can have your own beachfront property in Africa. And he got so much pushback. They even arrested him, and he spent some time in jail. But his resilience, it allows him to still be thriving, and he's still making moves, and he's still alive. Because ultimately, they want to take you out when you become so powerful. But he's doing his thing. He didn't fall off. We need to get him on the platform. We need to get him on the platform and do an interview. What's going on with the brother that got Shark Island in Ghana? It allows him to still be thriving, and he's still making moves, and he's still alive. Because ultimately, they want to take you out when you become so powerful. But he's doing his thing. He didn't fall off. What's going on with the brother that got Shark Island in Ghana? So there you have it. Go ahead and leave it in the comment section. What are your thoughts on the whole Back to Africa Movement 2.0? Hey, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're building this platform day by day, video by video, and your support is greatly appreciated. One love. Peace.